covering the project backwards from working to gas. Cheers. Hey guys, Project Vesper here being tested. We are in the testing stage. We are in Orange County, California now, and very early testing stages. So far so good. We're holding 80 miles an hour, drawing about like 100 amps. Gauges looks good. My differential, because it's short gearing, it's a little bit on high RPM, but we have plans for changing that and fixing it soon. But as we see, let's change lanes here. Yeah, so this session here we have about 14 miles, 15 miles now, and we used about 13% of the battery. Let's see how calibrated the gauge is, what's our average consumption. Let's hold it steady at 80 miles. Yeah, really good. So all gauges are nominal. Nothing is not working. Everything is working as it should be. I have some plans for a new faceplate for the gauges to show the electric vehicle information that the old gas stuff. Oh, that's my speed limit. This fancy car has a speed limit alert, so that's the limit. So far so good. Down the highway here. Brakes are working fine, so it's vacuum assisted, so no difference at all. Power steering working, so, and we're using a different power steering pump, so it's not as loud as the Zafira, the common power steering for EV conversion pump. Trying to take video while keeping the car straight on the road. Current consumption is hovering between 0 and 100 amps. So, as I explained in earlier videos, that first notch on the mile per gallon, it's about 100 amps. This first notch is about 0, and of course, when we activate regenerative braking, the other way around, we're gonna be negative current, which is regenerative braking current we're charging. Let's floor the car and see what it does. So we're here, flooring the car, it's picking up now. Here we are hitting the limits again, and we jump to 90. Just one push of the throttle. Pretty capable. So whoever doubt the GS450H, it can move 4,500 pounds car with no issues, keeping 80 miles an hour, easy, very easy. I'm gonna keep driving the car till about 60% and then head back home to see how many miles we do with that 60%. We're right now at 83, so, and I did a couple hard pulls, you know, testing, mixing between normal speed and flooring the car sort of thing, trying to get as much as sample size as possible. Right now we're doing highway speed, so, and for most of the 20 miles we did so far, I did some city driving too. which is kind of funny. Actually, EVs, they consume more power driving city speeds than highway speeds. So you just do it, mix and match between that and that. Okay, I'll put you guys on hold for now and give you an update when I do some driving.
20 minutes later.
Okay guys, quick update. Everything's still good. We just made about 55 miles on since we fully charged. I just made it to Oceanside. Now I'm heading back home. We are at 56%. We'll see how it actually does. This is a slow speed here. Yeah, 20 miles per hour. Battery status pretty good. 70, 50, 60 millivolt delta between cells. Temperature of the electronics nominal. We are now, ramping up speed. Let's explore it. There we go. Now 80 miles per hour. That ding means 80 miles per hour. There it is. So we're heading back home, which is about 45 miles away. Let's see. Battery status 55%. Glad that my coding for the car spot on so far. I know that in the numbers down below it's not very accurate, but we'll see. At least we got good indication of how much batteries we got up there, from 100% at least to 20%. What else? It's a lovely night, no traffic. 56 degrees outside. We're still hovering around 80 miles per hour. Right now we're pulling 0 amps, but now it's roughly 200 amps. Yeah, it's a lot of power. So far so good. Nice highway for the European partners. I know that you say American drives fast. There we are. Yeah, we drive fast. We have open roads. Why not? Everything's still nominal. I'll give you an update when we get back home. Thanks.
Later that same evening.
Gentlemen, successfully we the very first long drive. Yeah, we just I just got home, just parked in the garage, and it's pretty awesome. So let's see what we got. Let me switch the camera here. We got 94 miles or 95 miles. We still roughly have on the BMW gauge, we're roughly about a little bit over 25%, but it's actually by the Coulomb calculation, we got 23%. And the car driven awesome. And what else? Yes, just one thing I was very worried about. You see the battery voltage here is 338 at 23%. I was worried that the contactors will open up because Zombie actually contactors, and the settings in Zombie, I underestimated the battery and I want to be on the safe side, so I put the switching on and off at 330 volts. So I was very worried that the Zombie will open contactors while I'm actually driving, but I think it only allows to close the contactors when you first start, right? So if it measures the battery voltage, and if it's lower than the UDC switch voltage settings, it will not gonna switch. So I'm gonna change that. I still have about 37 amp hours left in the battery out of the 160 amp hours. The battery looks pretty healthy. This is the very first time I'm actually putting quite a drain on it on one settings. My self delta now is like 47 millivolt, which is awesome. Actually, it was hovering around 30 when I was driving the highway under load. So that means the battery is healthy and still have a little bit of cushion. I would say safe side to lower the UDC switching voltage and battery low or the battery min, whatever the parameters are. But so far so good. Pretty sure that, and I actually did a couple hard pulls, like literally just like floored the car and took it to max RPMs, 120 miles per hour, and went back down. But the battery, I was like, the speed, I was pushing the car about 75 80 miles per hour straight on the highway. This was unplanned trip. I actually went to get some coffee. It's almost midnight now, so I got coffee and they're like, oh, it's a nice highway, so let's just stretch our legs a little bit and test Vesper. Overall it was great. Temperature wise, let's see if we can. Inverter temperature is a little bit above the low, which is understandable. I've been driving the car for about an hour. The big radiator of the E60 though helps a lot on just like as soon as the car is rolling, it just cools down everything. So I still have electric fans, but I've never seen them come on unless I'm running the AC. Oh, I'm talking about the AC. If I actually, so hear that? The fan kicked on. You can see we're pulling about 5 amps, 6 amps right now. That means the AC compressor kicked on. Pretty instant cold air coming out. So AC works. As I mentioned a while ago, I fried my heater, so another one replacement coming on, so hopefully comes soon. Yeah, let's turn it off. It's pretty cold. And now the AC controls. Zombie actually does manage the AC compressor, CAN bus, and switching on and off. It was really tough to get the IHK module to behave. I had to recode it to some other things and make sense of the PWM signal coming out of it, because these cars from that year 2005 and moving forward, actually they use variable capacity compressor. That means the compressor is on all the time, and PWM signal that changes how much cold air you want out. So kinda got that worked out between my accessories board and Zombie. My accessories board was capable, but it was too slow for sending 50 millisecond CAN messages, so I had to rely on Zombie to manage the CAN control. Power steering is great. Still have power steering. Oh, and you guys hear how quiet it is? It's pretty quiet. No screamer. It's like literally quieter than a gas engine car. This buzzing noise is literally just the coolant pumps and the power steering pump and the transmission oil pump too. So all this combined, just pretty quiet inside the cabin here. What else? Yeah, this is a shifter here. I can show you. So just normal drive, neutral, park, reverse, and of course the BDC is coming on because I'm in a very small garage, so BDC gets triggered. Yeah, that's a good pretty start for Project Vesper. I coded actually the check engine light to come on if there's an error on Zombie, or as soon as you turn on the ignition without starting the car, you're gonna get check engine light. As soon as you start the car and everything is nominal, it will turn off. I coded some temperature warning message, because this car does not have temperature gauge originally from BMW, so I coded the message that actually shows into the BDC screen if the temperature above certain settings. I think I set it up at 60 Celsius, but you see here it's down there. This guy over here is actually a little bit creeping up because the car is like standing, and normally the DC-DC converter is running, pushing about 60-70 amps just to keep the car idling and all the pumps running. So generate some heat, and even the inverter alone just generates certain heat too by just running. So creeps up a little bit. So this bars here are actually coded to show between 6500 and 5500. This is my range for zero temperature. I think I set it up the lowest at 10, and the max is like 80. So coming up in the next couple days, I will do some new faceplate for the instrument cluster, so it will show amps here, and it will show temperature, just tiny notches, blue and red here at the max, and the gas symbol will be changed to some sort of cable or battery. We'll figure something out. And right on, actually this gas gauge is not too bad. It's right on. So right now it shows about 26% above the quarter tank, and here is 23%. So almost dead on. BMW always have a buffer at so zero is not zero, it's like a little bit of something. I don't think that, because if we look here at the till empty, so I don't think that I will trigger reserve light for the energy, because I couldn't work out the scan message. I can, but it's just too much digging around just to find the correct message, just to make this miles this one MBG. It's always stuck at 199.9, which is technically the cruising or the idling gas consumption. That means the injectors are not running on the BMW, so it always shows this number. But if I can figure out the CAN message and change the injector timing to reflect some sort of average consumption, amp hour per amp hour per mile, I can actually make this thing to show how many miles the car can drive on a charge, how many miles remaining, and how many and of course the energy reserve we're gonna trigger when we reach at technically 40 miles per gallon. So assuming that based of this math, I think the battery can do about 180 miles per charge with the stupid speeds I'm driving, I know. So it can be done, but I'm not very keen on it right now. I'm actually testing other things first, but everything is working. I'm very happy about the car. I'm very happy with the outcome. It did pull nice, so we're good. I think I was doing about 80 miles per hour at maybe 5,000 RPM on the gas gauge, which is 7,500 RPM electric motor. So as we explained earlier on a couple of videos ago, I retweaked the RPM to show 1.5 times the electric RPM, the electric motor RPM is 1.5 times of the gas RPM. So the 7,000 is technically 2,500, which is right in the dead zone here. So I think around here is 10,000 RPM. So which matches nicely too with the faceplate. So the one gonna be 1.5, the two gonna be 3, So we're gonna like, rename these, and it should show exact RPM of the electric motor. Yeah, I think this concludes summary of the very first long trip, 95 miles on 77% battery, with a couple pushes, hard, high speed and stuff, and city driving. So I would say this is a worst case scenario, but if we're doing normal driving, I'm not jumping, I'm not like, flooring the throttle all the time, I think we can squeeze out 150, 160 miles safely out of this battery. I'm gonna change a couple things right now because I assume that Zombie are not gonna close the contactors at any with battery voltage under 330. So I'm gonna actually push my limits a little bit. So right now, battery min is at 320 and DC switch is around 330. So I'm gonna push them down by 20. So battery min gonna be 310, and DC switch or the contactor closing after pre-charge at 300 and 320, yeah, something like that. I'm gonna readjust them, but overall it's great. I did a couple other coding stuff on Zombie itself. Zombie had the nasty habit of keep sending, or the old software technically, keep sending messages constantly for the ABS system even when the car is asleep, which prevents the BMW from sleeping completely. So I did have parasitic drain around 2 amps constant when the car is sleeping, which is with draining the 12-volt battery quickly. And some other messages will, the general electronics module on the car, it will register, oh, you have a lot of drain. So sometimes a message will pop up on the iDrive here saying that you have excessive battery drain, and things go to energy mode. So over the last 2 days I was actually playing with the code a little bit. I actually managed to make Zombie stop sending any messages at all over the CAN bus when the car is off, and only send messages when ignition comes on. That's technically a wake-up signal. I tied it up to the wake-up of the car, so when the car is up, the message starts flowing, and now the car wakes up. It didn't actually cause any trouble. The car actually behaving nicely. There is no errors on the ABS or anything, so that's a tiny minor change on the code. A couple other codes, like my code is very unique, but thanks to everybody who actually contributed into writing the code for Zombie, 100% Damien. Without his work, this project is not gonna come to light. Jamie, Tom DeBerry, everybody. So you know yourself. I'm not gonna name names, but you know yourself. What else? Well, I'm very excited. I'm sorry it's a long video, but I'm very excited how it came out. Definitely I will try to make more videos about the car, how and a couple other videos. Probably these videos gonna come out before this one. I'll be talking about how I'm gonna document this project backwards, which is from finish to start. So the car is the very first episode gonna be the full running EV car, and we'll go backwards to or at least whatever documentation, whatever videos I made when the car was gas. So a little bit different. It was not intentional. It's just literally just I'm one of those people that I work with 2 hands. I don't have time to, or I don't have the luxury of just documenting things. It slows things up. This project was very hasty because I needed to get it going before I move houses. So I did not have a chance to document and take videos and show how to. The legends already have their YouTube channel, so you can actually look at the legends. It's just like I'm just doing a review of the project and showing you how things came up. That's it for tonight, and yeah, you know the deal. Like if you like. As I would say, as Damien says, do not like, do not subscribe, do not waste your time watching this long video. I know it's already long, and you don't want to see me doing illegal stuff, breaking the speed limits, and taking videos while actually driving the highway. This is do not do that. And yeah, cheers.